the external rotation of the forearm that's allowing that club shaft to rebound, square the face up and move around. Today I'm talking about shallowing the club shaft. If there is one ingredient in your golf game you will have searched probably more than any other, it is exactly the video today on shallowing the shaft. Why do we want to shallow the shaft? Well, first of all, let's understand what shallowing the shaft is. Shallowing the shaft is making this club shaft look more horizontal in the downswing in an effort to make your swing more inside out, with a path from the inside that allows the golf ball to draw to the target. This, my friends, is a big topic because we need to understand that shallowing the shaft is not your answer to hitting a draw. Shallowing the shaft is only part of the equation. But not only that, when you get your shaft shallow, you need to know what to do with it, because there is some options when you get the shaft shallow. So let's deal with why we believe we need to shallow the shaft. When we shallow the shaft, we believe that it makes the golf club approach the ball more from the inside. And so if we approach the ball more from the inside, our belief is, your belief, is that the golf ball will draw. So I just hit that with a more shallow shaft, hit it from 7 degrees from the inside, and the golf ball went straight to the right. Therefore, the reason why that golf ball did not bend to the left is the fact that the club face was not closed to the path line. And so that face to path value in the bottom right hand corner needs to have a negative value on it. A negative value that allows the golfer to use the shallowing of the shaft to make the club hit the ball with more of a draw, with a ball that bends a bit more to the left. Again, I've approached more from the inside at 4.4. The face to the path was still neutral, no draw. So I've made 2 swings with a shallow shaft without any bend to the left. Now I make exactly the same feeling. There's the shaft, it's shallow. Now I'm going to make the golf ball bend to the left. And all of a sudden, that shallow shaft and the ball bending to the left now makes the golfer feel like they can hit that draw that they're all looking for. The reality is that your awareness and your ability to control the face relative to your path is crucial. The shallowing of the shaft has always been perceived as the way in to making that draw happen, but also our belief that we need to hit the ball from the inside, and we do need to hit the ball from the inside. But really, when the ball is bending left, a golfer will always tend to want to hit the ball from this sector of the swing. Because all of the time the ball bends left, the golfer will very rarely want to swing over the top. So first of all, you need to make sure you grip right. Check out that video up there. It's a done deal. Make the face to path value negative, and you will bend the ball to the left by some degree. And as long as you can always keep the ball bending to the left by some degree, even though you have a path meteorically from the inside, you'll always consistently move the path from the inside. Now, when we get this club shaft shallow in our downswing, and I'm going to share with you how to get the shaft shallow, so stay with me. But to put to bed your persistence in searching for shallowing the shaft, which are all mostly superficial changes, you'll forever go around in circles. So stay with me. And for all you guys out, girls out there, it's like, Stuart, get to the point, will you, for goodness sake? I'm giving you a little bit of edutainment. I'm trying to educate and entertain at the same point. So hang around, enjoy the moment. Got nothing else to do, have you? So understand that we've now understood that the path line is not the ingredient that's going to give the ball the bend to the left. It's the face relative to the path line that's going to make the ball bend to the left. And the way to do that in the easiest form is to get your grip in the right manner. As I say, check out my grip videos. Second up, we then need to understand what we're going to do with this shaft that's now shallow. So I now have the club shaft shallow, which I'm going to share with you and get you to make the club shaft shallow. It is a done deal, I promise you, but you need to know what to do with it. Because like I just demonstrated, I can have a club shaft that's shallow and I can still hit the ball to the right, and equally I can make the club shaft shallow and I can make the ball draw. So there are two different ways to deal with a path line or a shaft line that's shallow that's going to make the ball draw to the left. When we have a club shaft that's shallow, the head is further behind the handle. So if we have a club shaft that's swinging steep, as we unload that club, the more chance we're going to have to unload it with a handle high, which is where we start to see these early extension issues. The shaft is coming in steep. I have to stand up to accommodate that shaft that's steep, because when the shaft is steep, the handle stays too much on top of the club head and means that I've got to fill the gap that I've now lost, because when I stood to the golf ball and I had the handle a long way inside the head, as I came down into the golf ball and the shaft was steep, I now have to get myself closer to the golf ball to unload the club on that pitch. And that elevating of the handle, that lifting of the handle, is one of the biggest ingredients that makes the face point to the right, which then makes the golfer believe that swinging from the inside is the answer. And it's not, it's crap. It's not the answer. Get your face right first, that will reduce your bend to the right, and then you'll start to really see the inaccuracies of that downswing. So now when we've got that club shaft shallow, so that we've now got the head further back behind the butt, steep, shallow, not arms more down or arms more out, which is what people perceive steep downswings as. Oh, he's come over the top. His shoulders move forwards. Well, let me tell you, friends, that the shoulder must move forwards in a downswing, because we're moving around the golf ball to hit the ball towards the target. We must move around the golf ball. The shoulder must move forwards, dead straight club path. So therefore, when we see the shallowing of the shaft, we see it as a dropping down of the arms as opposed to a pulling forwards of the handle. And when the handle now gets more forwards of the head, the laying down nature of this shaft now gives that club head more impetus to swing out and back in. And so how you deal with a shallow shaft is crucial. So what I want you to do is take your golf club in your lead hand. I want you to set up with the toe of the golf club on the golf ball. I'm going to make a backswing. What I'm going to get you to do is take it halfway down. So you're going to go up to the top of your backswing, you take it halfway down, and you're going to get your left arm parallel to the floor. And what I'm going to get you to do is put the head at the same height as the handle. I don't care where the wrist angle is and all that garbage. I'm going to get the head at the same height as the handle. And then what I'm going to get you to do is I'm going to get you to swing the golf club to the ball. And now for those of you that believe you need to attack from the inside, what you'll start to feel is this golf club swing out to the right, which is obviously not the way we want to go. What I want you to do is now get the handle to go down, get the club head to swing out, and swing around you. And so you'll start to feel how this club head needs to swing around us. And you'll feel the external rotation of the forearm that's allowing that club shaft to rebound, square the face up and move around. It's quite hard work on the left arm, but it's giving you a sensation of how that head wants to fall forwards as opposed to when someone believes they want to swing from the inside, that club head swings under. Can you now see how the face is looking at the camera and why there's a prevalence in bowing the left wrist and tucking the right arm garbage? So get the club on the way down and just don't worry about how it goes up. Just get it in that parallel position and start hitting the floor on the way through. So you'll see how the handle wants to move down, the club head wants to fling itself over, it's now lining the loft up, and now we're going to hit the floor and move around. So when we then get ourselves in the same spot, what we're going to do is put the club head at the same pitch. Going to get the club shaft and get the club head and the handle at the same height. And now I'm going to feel how that club wants to swing over the top and round. And that motion is making the club path from the inside at 3 degrees, the face is closing over, which is a very different feeling to a golfer sensing that they need to hit from the inside and the club is working underneath. So therefore, now you understand how you're going to deal with that shaft pitch and what that's going to do to not only changing your path line, but changing where the face is going to point relative to your path, but also change the way your handle wants to swing around you and not swing out to the right. You can see they're two very different moves. One encourages the face to open because we believe the handle track is actually dictating the head track. Absolute nonsense. Does quite the opposite. I now move my handle back in. Look where the club head wants to go. But not only that, I'm whacking my left leg. Look where the club head's trying to go. My handle is going to the left. The club head is going to the right and squaring the face up. As opposed to swinging inside out, look where the handle's going. It's going out to the right. That's what I feel as a golfer. Handle going out to the right, but the head is dropping back, face is opening up. That's the prevalence of tucking the elbow in and swinging from the inside. Absolute nonsense. So therefore, now what we need you to feel is how you're going to get the differential between backswing and downswing. Backswing and downswing is making that club head go from what feels like the head is above the handle to then feeling like the head is below the handle. As opposed to, many golfers will believe that they need to shallow the shaft with the handle and not shallow the shaft with the head. So that as I swing the golf club back, I'm going to feel the handle underneath the head, and now I'm going to feel the head behind the handle, which allows me to feel like I can then get around the golf ball. So what we want you to do is take the golf club up in front of you, straight up in front of you, and move yourself around the golf ball. Straight up in front of you, so there's the arm lift, there's some rotation. Now I'm going to feel where that club shaft is. I'm going to take it back into the same spot. There's the hand lift, there's the club shaft lift. I haven't got any forearm rotation, which I've talked about previously. Just got arm lift, and I'm going to move it around. Now I'm going to apply the shallowing of the shaft, the forearm rotation here, and then hit one. And so this is a great drill for giving you a sensation of where the shaft needs to be on the way back, where it needs to feel on the way down, and how we can then start to sense the differential between backswing move and downswing move. So handle up, move around, lay the shaft, and hit. And so we get this sensation of steep to shallow, steep to shallow. Steep, shallow, hit. This is giving me the sensation that I can change the pitch of the shaft on the way back, the pitch on the shaft on the way down. And so this is making the club now, as it starts to lay down on this pitch here, starts to show the importance of how this club then wants to work around the golf ball. If you haven't seen it, that video up there is going to really start to change the way the handle path and the head works in conjunction with each other. So understanding why the path needs to come from the inside and how it comes from the inside from that shallowing of the shaft, the track of the handle, how that's going to help you square the club face up and how you hold it has a huge impact on that as well. So get that sensation of feeling like the club head stays above the handle, then you're going to feel like you get some forearm rotation. And hopefully that sensation will really start to create some nice downstrike, some nice path lines, and some nice... If you're tired of paying too much for your premium leather golf gloves, head over to gxgolfgloves.com. These are gloves trusted by tour players and elite amateurs alike. Use my code GOODCOACHING to receive 10% off your next order. Go try them out. You won't be disappointed. Straight shots. Hopefully you've enjoyed that. Hopefully I haven't bored you. I really appreciate you being here. Share this with your friends and family. Let's make everyone play this game a little bit better. That, my friends, is good coaching.